Hello everybody, I hope this is working. We are going to try to get into Hogwarts Mystery today. We shall see if this works. It is tea time. Yes indeed, Slytherin. So welcome everybody. I am trying out a new screen recorder, so please bear with me. I have not done this on AZ screen recorder yet, but let's see if this is working. So hopefully someone will see this in the comments. Please give me a heads up if this is actually working. What is going on here? Okay, it says that we're live. Someone's gonna have to give me a quick poke here and see if this is actually working. Hello, am I visible? Can you see me? Excellent, because on this particular recorder, I cannot see myself, so we're gonna have to see how this even turns out. But let's get started, shall we? Not sure if I'm visible along with the gameplay, so this might just be my voice this time. Mic is a bit staticky. Okay, let's see. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I do not have an external mic. This is the mic on my phone, but I can try plugging in an external mic, so let's see if this will help. I apologize for the, for the wait on this. I really should have done a test stream. Didn't think to. I'm sick, so please forgive me. Let's get this mic in. Okay, how's the sound? Everybody hear me? Thank you so much for being patient, everybody. Okay. I have the external mic in. Definitely shoot me a comment. Oh, whoa, hello. I can see myself, but I'm distorted. There we go, square. Whoa, hello. I am so sorry, guys. This is such a new app for me, and I really should have done a test stream. Okay, well, this is going to be super distorted, and I apologize for that, but at least I am visible now, right? Okay. So sorry for the wait, everybody. Hello, once again. My name is Chris. Welcome back to Wizard Way. I'm not sure how good my voice is going to hold up, but today we have a lot of fun stuff to cover, because as you can see, we are playing some Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. My character is about to turn into Snape, and yeah, we're gonna spill some tea. From the live stream name, you probably recognize this is going to be a little bit of a tea spilling stream. I have a nice large Polyjuice potion mug in front of me, filled with tea, because I'm sick and I need it. But this is going to be a good stream. So, I have 5 major reasons. Oops. I have 5 major reasons why Hogwarts Mystery is problematic. So, we are going to go through those reasons. Everybody can chime in the chat. There will be a lot of bitterness, but there will also be some sweet things. I'm going to try and balance it out, I promise. So, let's get started. I have my notes, and we're going to have some fun with this. I'm really frustrated by the way that my screen is going dark all of a sudden. I apologize. Again, test stream with a new app, and I'm so sorry I didn't plan this ahead. Okay, so, ironically, we're going to be spilling tea while drinking Polyjuice potion in the game, but what can you do? There goes the screen again. Ugh. Okay, so really, let's get started with the basics, right? Hogwarts Mystery, it's not necessarily the game that everybody was looking forward to. and it's really sad to say that. Really, the number one reason that people hate Hogwarts Mystery, and this varies depending on the person, of course, and not everybody is going to hate the game, and to varying degrees. I dislike several things about the game, but I don't necessarily hate it. So part of this is definitely going to apply to me, part of it won't. But number one reason that people hate Hogwarts Mystery is unrealistic expectations. And this is both on the game creators and also on the audience consuming the game. Point one, Hogwarts Mystery is not a big sweeping RPG game. It never will be. It wasn't created to be one, and that's like the first thing that I think a lot of people got wrong. People expected this to be like a big RPG, a self-insertion, where we get to, be students and do all this stuff, and while we do get to do that, it's not to the extent that I think a lot of people were expecting. So, while we are going to have, like, a lot of fun in the game, and there is sort of that self-insertion fantasy of being able to walk the halls, interact with various characters. There's Peeves right there. We don't get the full immersion that I think a lot of people were looking forward to with the game. And, secondly, there's no new technology associated with this game. Unlike Harry Potter Wizards Unite, which will be coming out sometime this summer, we're just not sure when, this game doesn't really employ any new technology whatsoever. It's your same old energy-based system. You tap on tasks to make things happen, and, you slowly go through a set plot. There are subplots and, tasks that you can do aside from that, but it's a very simplistic gameplay. Now, that is mostly on purpose. Hogwarts Mystery was meant to apply to a really, really broad audience, a really wide age range. Anybody who had heard of Harry Potter would hopefully pick up the game. As a developer, that's always what you're hoping for. Cast a really broad net, get a lot of people playing your game, and hopefully they'll make microtransactions. So I think it was intended for a very wide audience, and that's both a boon and a bane. Oh, hey Zoe! Hey, thank you so much for joining the chat really quickly. I'm awesome, yay! I'm not feeling too awesome this stream, both because I'm sick and because this is a new app and it's a hot mess right now, so I apologize to everybody watching. But this is a fun one. So, definitely, I feel like the intended audience is really, really broad for this game, and in a way that makes it almost too simplistic for some people. For big fans of the Harry Potter franchise and the wizarding world, that's not going to play in the game's favor. There's not going to be too much detail, you're not going to get too bogged down, because otherwise you'll lose the people who want to just be casual players. And lastly, part of the unrealistic expectations associated with this game is we ended up having this game announced at pretty much the exact same time as they first announced Wizards Unite. So Hogwarts Mystery and Wizards Unite were announced about the same time, which was late 2017. And so when Hogwarts Mystery came out first, everybody thought for some reason that it was Wizards Unite. And so everyone's like, well, where's the new technology? Where's the, the overworld map? And I thought this was supposed to be a new version of Pokemon Go. And so there was a lot of instant disappointment because people uploaded Hogwarts Mystery thinking it was Wizards Unite. They're not the same game, they're not the same developers, so that really instantly turned off some people. They joined the game, they gave it a fair chance, and then hated it. So, reason number one, unrealistic expectations. I think a lot of people either didn't know what they were getting themselves into, or the moment they realized what they were getting themselves into, they were disappointed. So, sometimes you can help that as a game developer by doing better advertising, doing better marketing leading up to the release of your game, and sometimes it doesn't work that way, and it's just unrealistic expectations on the part of the players. So, it's kind of on both sides for that one. Reason number two that people hate Hogwarts Mystery is that the plot and events in the game frequently break canon. Now, this is really for the people who are big fans of Harry Potter. Most people who are just casually playing the game, if they've seen the movies, that's gonna be enough. You know, you're a fan of Harry Potter, you've seen the movies, you want to play the game, absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But for people who are like hardcore fans of the books, a lot of the little details are going to get on their nerves in this game. There are several instances where they break canon, little tiny details, and part of it is just the game design itself. Looking at the game, I'll try and move my little square here a little bit. As you can see, I'm in House Slytherin. So, in canon, the game is set in the 1980s. This is after Voldemort tried to kill little baby Harry Potter. The spell rebounded, and he lost his physical form. So everyone thought that he's dead, and some people think, oh, maybe he'll come back. But we're in Hogwarts in that in-between period when Voldemort was defeated, but before Harry Potter himself ends up at Hogwarts. Ignore the fact that my team is in 4th place at the moment. Ha! I've been progressing the plot a lot more quickly than I typically do. If you are new to my live streams, you probably don't know. But for those who are veterans here, I tend to grind the attributes, which are the courage, empathy, and knowledge over there, without actually advancing the plot. This sometimes bites me in the butt. So I have been concentrating a bit more on trying to progress the plot, which means that the house points change a lot more quickly, and I haven't been doing enough classes to keep up. Oops. Sorry. Not sorry. Oh gosh, this tea is good. Okay. So, some examples of when they break canon in the game, because let's just drop all the tea while we're at it. Why not? I wrote stuff down. I have a long outline for this live stream. I can keep talking if nobody's here. I have no problem doing that. Okay, so first of all, before I get started, I do want to give credit where credit is due. Some of these did come from my good friend Tejas over at The Squibbler. In the replay of the live stream, I will put a card up there with a link to his video about canon puncturing, people breaking canon in order to make this game. There are several points that I had that were similar to his, so I definitely want to shout him out. Check out the Squibbler's channel. Link will be up there. But first is, and this is perfect timing, in the game, you have the ability of gaining pets. Now, typically at Hogwarts, you could only have one pet. It was either a toad, a rat, a cat, or an owl. And as you can see here, we've got, like, all of them, and then some. In Hogwarts Mystery, you acquire a lot more pets than would ever be permissible at Hogwarts. So, it's not realistic. It's not realistic, let's be honest. But do we really care? Most people won't. The reason that the pets are here is in order to give you extra energy. Now, my energy counter is currently full, so I'm not going to tap on them, but each time you tap on a pet, and they refresh after a certain number of hours for each one, you get 1 point of energy. And we'll get to energy soon enough, don't you worry. The whole energy system's gonna get a bit of a roasting today. Okay. So definitely the, oops, sorry. I thought I turned notifications off. Oops. But let's see. So a vast array of pets, definitely not, oh my goodness. Sorry about that. But a vast array of pets is definitely, you know, an easy way of seeing that this is definitely departing from canon, and that's okay. It happens. Secondly, if we're really going to pick apart things... Oh, hey, Nicole Rain, thanks for joining the live stream. I'm doing this on a new app while sick, so bear with me. My voice might give out halfway through, we'll see how far we get. But we're having some fun with Hogwarts Mystery, and I'm complaining. Vocally. For once. Slytherin says that he thought the energy system was really great. Who doesn't like to play for 5 minutes and wait for 3 hours to play further? Ah, the snark. Welcome, my fellow Slytherin. That's kind of what this stream is all about. And trust me, I'm getting there. But quickly, a few other breaks in canon that they did. If you play a Gryffindor character, there is a plot within the game where you become a prefect. If you're a male character and you become the prefect, that's a break in canon because Charlie Weasley is supposed to be the prefect in your year. So it's an issue. It's a small issue, but it's an issue. So the House Cup breaks canon. Like, Slytherin won the House Cup like the 6 times before Harry Potter ended up in Hogwarts. So several of these years that you're in Hogwarts in the game, Slytherin should automatically be winning the House Cup. And that obviously doesn't happen because it would ruin the fun. It would ruin the gameplay. So everybody gets to collect their house points. And where's my House Cup? There it is. Everyone gets to collect their points and help their team. At the moment, I'm way behind, but this is what you do in the game. And so it breaks canon technically, but is it that big of a deal? No. This is one of those, me splitting hairs. There are locked locations in the game as well. So, as you can see, like, Whomping Willow is locked, Hagrid's hut is locked, the Owlery is locked. And some of those, I get it, it's not a big deal. But when you go into, some of the main areas, and you see that, the Grand Staircase is locked. Why is the Grand Staircase, of all the places in the game to be locked, why would the Grand Staircase be locked? And so these are locked to specific years. I have to be in year 5 in order to reach this one. But it's annoying that so many places are locked to you in the game, so you don't even get to fully experience Hogwarts until you progress really far in the game. Oh, is the audio rough? Hold on. Sorry, my mic can be a little bit problematic. That's why I hesitated to put this in here. Okay, please let me know in the comments if the audio is fixed or if it gets really, really terrible. I will definitely need to know that, because if it gets super terrible, I'm going to pull the mic out and just use my normal mic on my camera. We do what we have to. And if it's just my voice, that's just me because I'm sick. So yeah, locked locations are an issue. The house common rooms, there are certain points in the plot where you enter other houses' common rooms, and that never is supposed to happen in canon. So rare that just, it should not happen. It should not happen at all. I should not be able to go up and, at one point, I get into, the Gryffindor common room in order to steal something. You should not be able to do that, and the consequences should be significantly harsh if you do. There's supposed to be a certain sanctity to the various common rooms, and we've entered them several times in the plot in Hogwarts Mystery, and that can be slightly annoying. The timing of friendships, I find that really funny too. Okay, so again, I'm nitpicking, but that's what this stream is all about, right? I get to nitpick. Audio's a little scratchy. Okay. Okay, we're back on just the plain old audio. As long as my air conditioner doesn't turn on, maybe we'll be okay. The music should be coming through now, too. So, guys, let me know if the music's too loud, if my voice isn't coming through. That's probably a bit better. I'm so sorry if I just, blasted music into anybody's ear. Oh my gosh, this stream's gonna be a hot mess, but so am I, and let's just go with it. So timing of friendships, like I was mentioning. So I have a tendency of maxing out a specific friendship before I move on. But I've had to give that up because just in this year that I'm currently in, because I'm in year 4 at the moment, year 4 meant that I made 4 or 5 friends. I think I made 4 friends this year, yeah. So Tulip, Barnaby, Andre, and Charlie all become our friends in year 4. I'm assuming that you become friends with more people in year 5, but they aren't even showing in my game, so I have no idea on that. But it's you only have a little bit of friendship with, like, a couple people, and each year you have to, like, unlock new friends, and, like, I get it. I get it that, you know, we're meeting new people, like, our character meets new people, but some of these, we'd already be friends with them. There's no tailoring that to what house you chose or anything like that. I would know Barnaby, like Barnaby Lee, I would totally know this guy. He's a Slytherin, he's my year, I would know this guy. He's in all my classes, right? So some of it just doesn't make sense. And I'm nitpicking, but that's what we're here for. And you could get even more nitpicky than I'm getting. I mean, there are certain things within the quizzes when you're doing the friendship building exercises, and even those don't line up with canon, so, you know, like Dumbledore's wand being the Elder Wand, it's just mentioned in casual conversation. If everybody knows that Dumbledore has the Elder Wand, that would ruin some plot stuff in Harry Potter. So, there's a lot of stuff. Oh man, my voice is still scratchy? I'm so sorry, man. I might have to make, like, an official video version of this instead of just the live stream. I am so sorry. Some of the scratchiness is just gonna be my voice how it is right now, but I don't know how to fix it other than just moving my camera around a little bit and hoping. So, sincere apologies, everybody. Let me know if it's just completely incomprehensible. I will call this a loss, and we'll do this in an official video instead. But yeah, so plot and events that break canon is reason number 2, that people don't like the game. Moving on to reason number 3, and this is the one that everyone will agree with me on, the energy system is really terrible in this game. Probably one of the worst that I've ever experienced in a game. Oh, it sounds like I'm underwater? Oh my gosh! This is terrible. I do not know how to fix that. Let me see if I can get some... Oh, that's just the camera, that doesn't help. Brightness, contrast, no. Face cam, what? Tea from the Titanic. I apologize for all of this, you guys. I really am going to try, but I mean, even my floating controller for this app doesn't really give me any options for helping myself, so you'll have to suffer with me through this stream. I'm so sorry. I was going to use DU Recorder because I'm a bit more familiar with it, but for some reason my account had not been verified and it's going to take 24 hours, so we might have to redo this, but hey, at least you can understand me. Thank you, Nicole. That's good feedback. At least I'm speaking clearly enough through my cold that you guys can at least understand. So, moving on to number 3, reason number 3, which everyone will agree about, is the energy system. Excuse me. And this is another moment for me to plug a fellow WooTuber. I will have a card up in there on the replay for Uniting Wizards. Marcus did a really great video about, like, everything you need to know about the energy system in Hogwarts Mystery. So if you are watching this and you don't know exactly what I'm talking about, you can check out that video and he will put it all in a way that's super easy to understand. Yeah, worst energy system than a college student. That's funny. But, you know, it's a slow-filling energy bar. I mean, you look at the energy bar here, we've got 32 energy. These are the currencies down here at the bottom. Right down there. You've got the coins, the gems, and the energy. And coins are difficult enough to come by, and you have to purchase them a lot if you're going to. But energy is the thing that you use every time you play the game. Like, almost everything in the game relies on energy, and it shouldn't be a problem, but it totally is in this particular game. So basically, your classes take anywhere from about 30 energy when you're still, like, year 1, year 2. Anywhere from, like, 24, 25 energy, all the way up to, like, over 100 energy for doing an 8-hour game. Monkey Man, welcome to chat. I am definitely looking forward to Wizards Unite. That's part of the reason I'm making this video. Because, truth be told, I've only opened Hogwarts Mystery half a dozen times in the last 2 months. My interest has not been in this game, and that's part of why I'm making this video. It's not holding my interest anymore, and there's a reason for that. So this is some of the stuff that I feel like it's problematic, and some of it might be changed over time. Some of it definitely won't be changed over time. So we have some issues, and we're going to discuss them a little bit. And some of these, it's not going to be as much of an issue when you're playing something like Wizards Unite, because it's a completely different type of gameplay. Pardon me, guys. Gotta wet the whistle. My voice is rough enough, and then I know the recording is terrible. I apologize! So, everybody who's played the game knows that this game has what I would call a stop-and-go kind of gameplay style. All you can really do is tap those energies until they're gone, and once they're gone, you have to wait 4 minutes per energy, and that takes about 2 hours, depending. It takes about 2 hours to re-up your energy in this game, to have a full energy meter. There are a couple things you can do to get energy, like, tap on your pets. There are, spots like the twig there that give you a free energy point. Again, my energy's full, so I'm not going to tap it yet. But it's so frustrating, because you want to be able to sit down and play this game for an hour, maybe? If you've got some free time and you want to immerse yourself in Harry Potter, I want to play for about an hour. At least a half an hour. Make it good, But I want to get some significant gameplay done in a more compact amount of time. I don't want to play for 5 minutes and then have to wait 3 hours to play again. It's really, really upsetting. Yeah, pay if you want to play. I'm getting there too. Trust me, Monkey Man, I've got a lot to say about that. See, everybody's reading my mind. You all know what's wrong with this game. I'm just putting it all in a video. Everybody knows what the issues are with this game, so y'all feel my pain. I know you do. And welcome to the stream, Gita. Thank you so much for checking in. I'm sure my audio sounds terrible, and I'm just happy to see you in the stream. Thanks for supporting me, everybody! Spill that tea. Proverbial tea, because this tea is necessary. I must have it. That, and it was my last few tea bags of brambleberry tea. I have to buy more. But yes, it caters to sort of an intermittent gameplay. Intermittent players, people who've got a lot going on in their lives and they can only spare a few minutes to play an online game. Those sort of people, they'll be alright with this. And, me when I'm at work, that's all I can usually handle in this game, is a few minutes in between. I'm a massage therapist, so in between my clients, I can spend maybe 3 minutes playing this game. And so that works perfectly for me. But the moment I'm off of work, I want to be able to sit down and play, and there's not enough to keep you busy in this game. So it's just sort of a flaw in the design. It's just the way the game was designed. There's not much you can do about it. You can try and time things in order to maximize your energy consumption, but ultimately you're going to be setting a lot of timers on your phone, or just checking in every couple hours. And that can get really annoying really quickly for a lot of people. And also, with regards to the energy system, it really makes special events that are time-locked a huge pain in the butt. For anybody who's looking for, like, limited time events and stuff, I've covered a couple of them, but only in, like, bits and pieces on my channel. The person that you really want to follow if you miss an entire event, like I did with the St. Patrick's Day thing, if you miss an entire event but you want to see what happened, you can check out my fellow WooTuber. His name is Mark Zielman. So that's Zielman's Wizarding World, again with the cards. I'll add them in post. But Zielman's Wizarding World, he will give you full videos with no taps. He edits everything, so you just get to see the storyline that gets to have. Oh, it kept crashing on you, and it made it unbearable. Oh no. My app had a little bit of trouble for a little while, but it seemed to sort itself out. It didn't want to, like, load when I was in certain areas, so I think it was more my connection and less the game. But that's horrible. If it keeps crashing, that's no bueno at all. Whew, I'm feeling really, really hot. Hello, fever. Okay, moving on. More fun stuff. Point number 4. So energy system was number 3. Number 4 is, you guessed it, Monkey Man, the pay-to-play tactics. The cash grab of this game is off the charts. I have never seen a game create more instances where they can try and make you spend money. Like, I get it from a business standpoint, but you really gotta balance it better than they did in this game. Yeah, yay, because this is probably the biggest complaint. Like, the energy system is a huge one, and then the pay-to-play, huge complaint with this game. It's like, I love you guys at Jam City, but y'all gotta back off a little bit, okay? It's getting a little overwhelming. But I wrote down a lot of stuff. So, first point in just the whole pay-to-play aspect of this game is that the plot is really, really drawn out. And that's by design. They made it slow on purpose. You know, and this is on them, you know, I get it. But yes, like Slytherin is saying, transactions on microtransactions on microtransactions. It builds up into being so unbearable sometimes. So, as you can see, like, I'm Year 4, Chapter 4. I'm not even that far into Year 4 at this moment. I do need to learn my formation flying, which could be pretty fun. And I have, you know, some Care of Magical Creatures stuff to do. But, the plot is slow. You can see just how many chapters there are in Year 4, and I know there's like over 20 of them in Year 5. Like, you poor, poor people in Year 5. And we're still waiting on new chapters to come out. It takes them so long to put out more chapters. It's just so slow. So a lot of people have stopped playing because they're tired of waiting. And I'm one of those people that's why I've been taking it so slow. I hate having to wait for more stories to come out. I am the person who didn't read Harry Potter until the 7th book was about to come out. I waited and I read everything straight through, went to the premiere for the 7th book, and read that straight through. Like, there was no pause. Because I didn't want to start a series I knew was incomplete. That's kind of how I feel about this game. I wanted to start it because I was excited to play it. But now that I'm in it, I keep going slow because I don't want to get to that point where I'm waiting, you know, for one chapter, and all I can do is that one chapter and I have to stop again. I mean, like, can you imagine if J.K. Rowling released her books chapter at a time? Now, yes, this happens in publications, but you expect it when you get into that sort of thing. Here, we almost expected for the entire game to be done? Like, at least that if this is a 7-year thing where our character goes through all 7 years in Hogwarts, we sort of expected that they would have that done. So that we could play that through and not wait for so long. So, we're in this situation now where it plays against Jam City to release it fast. They have no motivation whatsoever to release more of the game more quickly. Because waiting gives them, like you're saying, more opportunities to cash grab. And it's really, really frustrating. They do give they give updates for the game? I thought they'd abandoned it. The updates are super, super slow. And like I just said, it behooves them to take it slow, because anybody who's still actually waiting, they're gonna wait. They're gonna wait for whenever. And that's depressing. It's gonna take 7 years to complete. Exactly! Exactly. This game is so problematic, because when you have a timeline that you've already set up, like we are a student at Hogwarts, if there's no plans for anything that we're supposed to do after we graduate, it means that there's nothing else after year 7. And so that gives it a finite limit on the game. You know, you want to have a game that people can continue playing because there's no end in sight. They're sort of trying to simulate that by not releasing all the chapters at once, but it's just annoying people rather than getting them engaged and keeping them going. You can't really self-motivate very much in this game, and so it ends up being problematic. So the game design, the plot is designed to be slow. And it has to be slow, or else they're going to get through everything and then there's not going to be anything left. Feels like they're trying to drag it out until Wizards Unite. They know that Wizards Unite will steal all their players that are actually left. It's gonna steal me away, And I hate having to say that, because I think this game had so much potential. It kills me, you know? Like, they haven't really listened to too much of feedback. Like, they've listened to selective feedback when it suited them, but a lot of it has just been mismanagement from the parent company, that they haven't run this game the way that it could have been run and still been a success, even when up against Wizards Unite. So, yeah, I would say there's so much potential here, and I mean, look at some of the game design. I mean, for goodness sake, if you go up to the Magical Creatures Preserve, which is something newer that they added, I mean, it's gorgeous, and you have all these various environs. The lake one is unlocked now. I mean, somebody took so much time to make these gorgeous landscapes. I mean, this is beautiful work, and I feel like it's just wasted. Because, I mean, you look down at some of the requirements for, like, you know, a Grindylow. I can't even unlock that until I'm Magizoologist level 6. I'm only level 4, and I've been pretty dedicated about feeding all my creatures and stuff. But I've missed out on several events, and so I don't have enough notebooks to do this. And it's just, there are so many different currencies in the game, and you can't trade them back and forth, that it ends up just... It's, in some ways, they made it too detailed, and in other ways, they made it not detailed enough. So I feel like all these beautiful paintings and digital work that's been done for this game, it feels so wasted, and I hate that. Yeah, Nicole's saying that you're a writer, and yeah, that's part of it, is you see the potential in all of these games for storytelling, and when it misses it, it's so disappointing. Dayhawk! Hey, Dayhawk! Welcome to the stream. Oh man, we had a hater talking about Wizards Unite and how it's gonna, like, spawn actual demons and stuff. I thought of you. I thought of you when that happened. I'm like, Dayhawk would eat this up, because it's just hilarious. But oh man. So you've been missing just me dishing some dish, spilling some tea about Hogwarts Mystery, and just complaining a bit. We will get to some gameplay, I promise, but it is going to be sort of in time with some of the stuff that I'm going to be discussing. So right now we're complaining about the pay-to-play aspects of the game. So the plot is designed to be slow. So you got, like, you know, low energy, buy some. Like, that's the first thing that they did. They said, okay, energy system. Energy gets low, make it really slow to re-up, people will buy energy. Some people did. I did at the very beginning of the game, not knowing any better. And I don't mind paying a little bit into a game that I'm going to spend significant numbers of hours on, but it got ridiculous really quickly, okay? Excuse me. I'm trying so hard not to cough on stream. It's the one thing I don't want to do. Okay, so it's just, you know, everything is reliant on the energy system and how we use the various currencies in the game. So we end up, you know, talking about, oh, you know, you want that new pet, you want that new, you want a Plimpy, you're gonna have to get notebooks. Notebooks, you have to participate in the special events and stuff, or buy stuff with real money. I mean, like, it's right there. So there's that, but then at the moment there's not a special event going on, but I know a dueling club event ended like an hour ago. So, you know, there are dueling club events where you can earn notebooks, there are the crest challenges, there are the house pride events. They all have individual rewards to get you those notebooks, but that involves playing a lot. You know, you have to take several classes in order to get the points or the crests or whatever you need in order to get through it. For goodness sake, it takes so much time. So, dragging it out, it's on purpose. Again, you know, this is how you make money with microtransactions. You get people frustrated. Frustrated enough to pay actual money to make it stop. And it's like, I get it. Marketing, I get it. But why? Why you gotta be like that? Like, it's hardcore. Moving on. So, yeah, they try and make a scarcity of energy in order for you to purchase energy, or, you know, buy gems in order to purchase more energy. It all connects back to energy. Special events are time-locked. It's also a way that they try to encourage, you know, multiple transactions in the game. Life happens. Life happens. And so when you're playing and you forget the game for a bit and you fail a task or two during a timed event, there's almost no way that you can finish that timed event on time without buying into the game and getting that energy back that you might have missed. Gary's mod. Oh, if you're talking about a mod for the game in order to, like, give me energy or gems or something, I don't do that. It's against terms of service, typically, and I just don't do it. I mean, I'm not trying to dictate to you guys. If you want to use a mod to play the game in a more enjoyable way, that's your prerogative, but I can't condone it on my channel. I can't officially condone that sort of stuff, and I don't personally do it. If I get frustrated with the game, I'm gonna get frustrated with the game. And I figure if I'm getting frustrated with the game, most people probably are as well. I'm pretty chill about stuff, so if I'm upset enough to make a video like this, it's been building for a while. Oh, my tea's starting to get cold. I'm talking too much. Another way that was such a cash grab, at least when it first came out, is Dueling Club. Can we talk about Dueling Club for a moment? Dueling Club, oh man. So down in the dungeons, all the way over to the end, is Dueling Club. Now, originally, Dueling Club was only... Oh, is the audio messed up again? I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm really hoping that it works itself out. I don't know if it's my phone or if it's the app that I'm using. I'm gonna do more research before my next stream, I promise you, in order to make sure that this does not sound so terrible. Yeah, Dueling Club is bad. Okay, so when Dueling Club first came out, you could only get in this room when a dueling event was going on. And you'd click on this, and instead of this, you would end up with a screen that gave you a certain number of tickets, and your tickets, once you used them, they wouldn't respawn for several hours, typically, what was it, like 6 to 8 hours? I think it depended. But they tried it a bunch of different ways, and it was just... This was one of those learning experiences for Jam City, because it did not work. People hate Dueling Club. And I am usually okay with things like Kaibaibo or Rock, Paper, Scissors. So I didn't, like, mind it too badly at first, but I got so frustrated so easily because... and this will be another point that I get into, but because of the AI that they use, the bots that they use, it gets really frustrating because there's no real strategy behind some of the stuff that happens, and it means that you would spend your tickets, get blasted, and you'd have to wait several hours to play again. And again, really expanding out how much time you're playing the game, which was really annoying. Thank you so much for joining, Gita. I understand you got stuff to do. Everybody's got a life, and I understand it is also Sunday, and it's the Sunday before Easter Sunday, I believe. So, if you guys have things to do, totally fine. I completely understand. This was spur of the moment, obviously, since I'm using an app I'm not familiar with, and the audio's kind of messed. But, yeah, Dueling Club was problematic. Yeah, 3 tickets only for the event, and you had to wait 8 hours for your tickets to come back. And so even when you did the math, you had to get, like, almost all of your duels won in order to win the actual, like, final prizes. The big stuff. Unlocking a new spell, all of that stuff. Yeah, Dayhawk can't go to church. You know why. For those who aren't familiar with Dayhawk, Dayhawk is, like, a demonic character from Xena Warrior Princess. I don't know if it was in Hercules as well, but Xena for sure. Big plot thing around Dayhawk. So, yeah, joke. Ha! Love it. I love me a good reference to Xena Warrior Princess. That's my childhood right there. But, yeah, so the refresh was really slow on things in Dueling Club, and that was always a problem. and the goal for winning the special prizes in a limited time, it made it really difficult to manage. And luck is a fickle mistress. Luck isn't going to serve you too well in this game. And we have no way of knowing how the odds are actually stacked in or not in our favor. One of my cats is meowing very loudly. Hold on. Basil! Oh my goodness! I don't know if you guys can hear Basil, but that's one of my cats. Basil! You don't have to yowl, what's up? Crazy cat. Basil! He's never like this. You okay, Mr. B? Also, anyone joining, I have 12 cats. 12 that are mine, and one of my roommates has one of their own, so that's 13 cats in the house. Basil, you can come here? Of course, I reach for him and he runs. Typical cat, man. Well, if he wants to come close and get some cuddles, that's what I'll give him. Oh, Slytherin's headed out. Slytherin is headed out. Thank you so much for joining, Chris. Oh, and you're welcome on the latest collaboration. I might have to put that in the cards as well. We did some Myers-Briggs personality testing and followed what that's supposed to assign us into our various houses in Hogwarts. So, did I get in Slytherin? Did it put me in the wrong house? Check out the video. Check out the video and check it out. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I will try to feel better. You only have one dog and she drives you insane. I'm not a dog person. I watch Professor Lynette. I watch Lynette at Wizard PhD with her cute little dog Winnie. It's hard for me to find dogs even cute. There's something broken in my brain. But that dog is cute, but I would freak out. I would freak out in person with it. I'm not a fan of dogs. But yes, so I was saying luck is a fickle mistress. It totally is in this game, and you can't really trust luck to help you out. Which means that there are more opportunities to get frustrated, and therefore more opportunities for them to prompt you to make microtransactions. But basically, ultimately, like, the whole microtransactions thing, and this is true for most games that rely on them, the way that they design the game is to equate, like, your spending opportunities with urgency and impatience. If you put timed events, they're trying to initiate that there's some urgency. You gotta get it done, right? If you want to get it done, oh no, I don't have enough energy, what do? Buy some. You know, impatience. This is going so slow, I'm so frustrated. Buy some energy, get things done faster, skip the wait times. By creating that urgency and scarcity of energy, that's why they're trying to spur you into making microtransactions. It's just the way the game is designed, and so most people are gonna get annoyed with that after a while. So that's where we're coming from here. It's not necessarily, oh, this game is evil, it's terrible. Some people are going to say that, and they definitely have good reason to say that. But it is simply the way the game is designed. It is designed for that. Oh no, is my stream dragging too? This is the worst, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna say it just because I'm sick and tea, but if this is lagging, I apologize. Maybe it's a good thing it's lagging when I say this, but really, really looking forward to hopefully getting to 1,000 subscribers. I'm not huge into self-promotion, but I really, really want to hit that mile marker so I can go back to streaming through YouTube itself, because I did not have any problems when I did that. And so these other apps, I'm trying to work it out. I will work it out. It'll certainly be better than it is today. But I am trying to hit that 1,000 mark so I can start streaming through YouTube again. That would be super, super helpful. I'm really gonna be nowhere near where I'm gonna have to be in order to monetize. Maybe when Wizards Unite comes out, that'll happen. But that's not a huge concern for me. Monetizing would be great. It's not my end-all be-all with these games. I really just want to have some fun and be able to easily live stream. live streaming is what I enjoy doing the most. I like sitting here and chatting with you guys. A special time event isn't bad for you unless it doesn't trigger at night. Alright, there are certain time things that, it starts while you're sleeping, and so you only get to the game like 8 hours after the event started, which is definitely not helpful. It does not work in your favor. Now, it's obviously going to do that to somebody, because it doesn't drop in different times for different time zones, it just drops worldwide, so somebody's going to be sleeping. But it definitely is frustrating when a new event has spawned when you're asleep. But hey, news drops for Wizards Unite every so often, and I'm either asleep, or like taking a nap, or just busy with life, and so that totally happens. But I understand the frustration, for sure. So, last but not least, reason number 5 that people hate Hogwarts Mystery. It's the use of bots. The use of bots in this game, for what are supposed to be like community events. They staged it as being community events, being able to play with your friends, and none of that, so far, and this might change in the future, and I hope it does, but so far, you can't play with your friends in this game. It is very much a solo game, and there are things that are, like, trying to trick you into thinking that you get to play the game with other people, and it just doesn't really happen. So, once you reach, like, first off, the way that bots were used in the game, like, right off the bat, and we all knew it, was, the House Pride events. As soon as they started doing House Pride, we all looked at, typically there was a little block over here, and you could click on it, and when you did so, you'd enter a House Pride event. It was, for me, I'm in Slytherin, so it was, Slytherin against Gryffindor, Slytherin against Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff. And I was like, yeah, House Pride, let's beat 'em. Because I'm competitive like that. And, went in, and I was assigned to, like, a team of, I think it was 5 people at first, and it was 20, and then it was 10. Like, it bounced all over the place for a little while. But much like the Dueling Club events, they really did try to change it up to try and find what was gonna work best, but in the process it was a hot mess. But once you reach now when you play the House Pride events, when you reach a certain threshold, it allows you to join your actual team. So they're trying to sort of gatekeep. If you're not gonna be serious about getting some house points during this time period, you won't be assigned to a team, and that's fine. It keeps, potentially, it would keep you from dragging down whatever team you're a part of, and, you wouldn't get points for your team, so why have you on a team? Makes perfect sense. But doing that, you're sort of under the assumption that you're going to be assigned to a team of actual players? That's how it's advertised, right? Join fellow players from your house, right? Wrong. I mean, it was so obvious when they first started the House Pride events, because if you change the language in the game, if you press the little thing down here, languages, you can reload the game in any of these languages that are listed. And if you did that, all of the names of your teammates changed. And we're like, you think we're stupid? Come on. Like, if James suddenly becomes Juan when we change it to Spanish, because close enough, right? James or John becomes Juan. It makes sense, but those characters would not have changed their names if they were not assigned their names by bots. Now, I will give a little bit of a disclaimer. I do not know how exactly the game does this, but from just looking at it, it seems like the game pulls the information, it pulls the profile from actual players, but it's not the actual players doing the gameplay. So everything's run by an AI, and this ties right back into, the money grab of, let's keep the house competition, House Pride competition competitive. Let's keep it competitive. Let's make sure that your opposing team is just a little bit ahead of you, because just a little bit ahead means that if you work harder, play more, or you feel like, I can't get that extra 10 house points that I need in order to jump over the other team, you might make a microtransaction, right? Again, scarcity, urgency. they're trying to make you impatient in order to get more money out of you. And so it seemed like yet another cash grab for the game. It's annoying when you want to get new clothes, but you need 70 points in order to get it, which is impossible. Yeah, looking at some of the House Pride events, it's like you really like an item that you want to get or what have you, and it's like you could play nonstop. I've done the math on a few of these events, and I'm just like, in order to get that final prize at the end, which typically the new stuff for your avatar is not going to be the final prize at the very, very end. It'll be second to last. But even so, you have to play a lot. They make you play a lot to win stuff in this game. And just, yeah, and Nicole, that's a great question. How many people have actually, like, dropped the game entirely since launch? It would be really interesting to see what the numbers are like now. I don't know. And building your friends is also incredibly slow. Feeding your not pets, but your magical creatures that you sort of adopt, that goes really slow. For one period of time, they messed up some of the code, and suddenly you had like thousands of points that you had to gain on your magical creatures instead of a couple hundred, and people lost it. So there are just so many things that are drawn out on purpose in order to create that scarcity. It's super frustrating. You never had to spend a dime, you just do 2-hour classes. Yes, Jessica brings up a point. There is a strategy. There's definitely a strategy on how to best use your time in the game when you're doing either the crest challenges, which, like she said, it's the 1-hour class. You want to take 1-hour classes, just example, let's look at Potions class. When you're doing classes, and I would actually, if you're at year 4, you can do Care of Magical Creatures, has a lot of 5 energy tasks in it, or if you're not, Charms class, super easy, lots of 5 energy tasks, gets you through it as quickly as possible. But if you're doing the,
foolish wand-waving in this class.
I love Snape so much. Okay, if you are doing a crest challenge, easiest way is to do these 1-hour classes because you get 2 stars. In 1 hour, you can use your energy and then just sort of calculate in your head how long it's going to take you to get a full energy counter again, or just turn the pop notifications on to let you know when your energy's full. Come back, do another 1-hour class. The crest challenges are pretty easy like that. But it's easy to walk away from the game, but if you just do the whole class in one go, you don't have to worry about like missing the rest of the class and not getting your full points, etc. If you're doing a House Pride challenge, you're supposed to get house points, in which case you want to do the 8-hour classes, because you get 10 house points in an 8-hour class, which should only take you it depends on how big your energy counter is and how far along you are in the game, but it should only take you about 4 hours. Sometimes it takes 5, sometimes 3.5, depends on if you start with a full energy counter. But you want to take the 8-hour classes because they give you 10 house points. So if you're on top of your gameplay, you have to check in frequently. If you're on top of the gameplay, 8-hour classes, 10 points each, that's going to get you the most house points for the House Pride challenges. You can typically manage 3, maybe even 4 of those 8-hour classes in one day, which would be 40 house points. It's very easy in, especially a week-long event. You have plenty of time to get lots of points. But it means dedication. It means constantly coming back and playing the game. And a lot of people got lives, Like, nobody wants to do that. I've done it. I've done it when I really, really wanted something in the game. I did it in order to get I think it was the toad. Because at one point they had a special event where you could actually win the toad itself. And if you already had the toad, you won a new skin for the toad. But, so pretty. But I won my original toad, whom I named Hedgewort. I almost named him Hogwarts, because at one point Hoggle in the Labyrinth is miscalled Hogwarts, which I thought was hilarious. But I did win my toad through really dedicating myself to the game and making sure that I, kept coming back and back and back. But it gets old really quickly. It does. Okay, let's see. So, House Pride, we covered that. There's no way of ensuring that you're put on a team that's actually equally dedicated to the game as you are. If you're actually gonna, like, bear down and do as many house points as possible, there's no way of you know, telling whether the AI is going to make your teammates just as dedicated as you are, or if you're gonna be, like, at the very top of your list and everyone else is slacking. Comparatively slacking. You know, or do they move up incrementally like you do, and then the team that you're pitted against, we have no way of regulating that. No way of knowing if those other characters, or the AI running those other characters, is doing a fair job or not. And quite frankly, it would make perfect sense for it to not be fair, because creating that sense of competition is definitely going to serve Jam City better than making it fair. So, grr. The use of bots is so annoying with the House Pride. Dueling Club was also a huge debacle with that, because it was showing, you know, it showed user icons and the country that they're from. They really, really tried to make it look like you were legit being loaded up into Dueling Club with another legitimate player in live time. And that would have been great. It would be wonderful if we could add our friends, like you can in, you know, anything. Gosh, you can add them in frickin' Township and Farmville and stuff like that. Why can't we add our friends in this game? Connect it to Facebook, add your friends. It should be a no-brainer in this game, but it's not a feature. But we should be able to be in contact with our friends in this game and actually duel our friends. That would be fun. It'd be like PvP. We'd be able to duel our friends and just have a little, you know, you know, a little bit of a competition with them. You know, best out of 3, okay, best out of 3. You know, oh, you have Depulso, I don't have that spell yet. It would be really fun, I think, to be able to duel your friends. But we're not given that opportunity, and that's frustrating. So it kept, you know, hyping us up, acting like we were going to get to play actual other characters. But you could tell just from the immediacy of the responses that it was run by an AI instead. So it might be pulling the skins from actual characters in the game and people who play the game. But number one, I feel like you really shouldn't be pulling their profile pictures without their permission. And two, it just, the immediate responses ruined it, because we know we're not waiting for another person to, like, strategize for a moment and try and beat us. They were going for instant gratification and, like, the easy way out. Again, I get it, but annoying. Bad choice. Bad choice, I thought. And I mentioned that the way that I grind my attributes sometimes kicks me in the butt. Dueling Club was exactly when that happened, because I tend to grind my attributes pretty far. I'm pretty high up. I'm almost at 26 on my courage. My knowledge is lagging a little bit behind. Haven't been doing too many potions classes. But, potions and transfiguration. But, I grind a lot, and for a long time, my stats have been about at that level since I was in year 2. I was in year 2, but in Dueling Club, because it looks at where your attributes are in order to place you against an opponent, I was being pitted against year 3 and year 4 characters. So I was being pitted against people who had a lot more spells unlocked than I did. I think I had Flipendo, and I had just, like, recently at that point, unlocked Incendio. And that was, like, my bread and butter, because I did not have Depulso, I didn't have Episky, none of it. No Petrificus Totalis, none of it. And so that got really, really frustrating for me, and I gave up. I gave up on Dueling Club so long ago, because it was putting me against people I couldn't handle. In fact, let's just do Dueling Club. Nowadays, Dueling Club is different, so you'll see that it's different in here. But let's play some Dueling Club, shall we? But here it goes, searching for an opponent. It gives us, you know, the name, the country, Savannah from the USA. It loads up a character with the outfit and everything. And this, when I first saw it, I was like, yay! I was like, awesome! You know, what are we gonna do? And Kai Bai Bo, let's beat this other person. But a lot of times, and I don't know if it'll do this, but it'll start out with the other person choosing a defensive spell, which just doesn't make sense most of the time. But strategy? Like, I thought, I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt. I thought, yeah, see? Exactly that. Exactly that right there. Now, at least she threw a potion, because usually they do the Wiggenweld thing, or a Pisky, and they heal up, and I'm like, why did you do that when you have a full energy counter? It makes no sense. So, I'm terrible at dueling. I was never a good dueler. I'm gonna get beaten. But, it's so frustrating to know that because the responses are immediate, like, here she goes with Wiggenweld potion, you have a full energy counter. The only reason strategically that you would do that is because it lasts for 2 turns, and if I smack her on the next turn, it means that she heals up a little bit automatically. But you've wasted some of your healing. I don't know. Here we go. So what do I got? At least I have Immobilis now. I still tend to use Flipendo, but even so. Alright, Flipendo! And because of that Wiggenweld potion, boop, there it goes again. Ha 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 ha, Depulso. Yeah, before all I had was Incendio. I had to just wait and hope for that chance of large reduction over time. But now we can do the large reduction with Depulso. Very happy that I unlocked this spell. But before, I was being pitted against, like, everyone who had Depulso, and so I was getting just clobbered every time. It was embarrassing. If you check out some of my old streams, you'll see that a lot of times I got smacked. Completely trounced. Alright, let's see. If I do this right, I'll only need one more hit. Okay, let's see. Shall we go aggressive? Sneaky? I don't know. I tend to go toward those two because I feel like defensive is almost a waste. Unless I really need to heal up. The AI, it's like I can't predict an artificial intelligence's reaction to stuff. Sometimes it's just completely randomized, it seems. So the bots get super annoying when it comes to Dueling Club. Aggressive. Hey, at least I didn't do the sneaky one and get clobbered. Womp. I'm terrible at dueling. Oh, and I'm burning too. That's gonna hurt. Ouch. And I'm stunned. Double whammy. That's tough. Sneaky? Oh, I'm done. I lose. There's no way I don't lose. Ouch. Goner. But perfect example. I lost. And so you lose one. I mean, I got a little bit of experience, which is good. But you can duel now. There are no tickets. Thank goodness there are no tickets anymore. But you can use coins, because everyone was complaining. I have the maximum amount of coins allowed in the game, which I think is 50,000. I think you can have 50 grand with coins, and what were you going to spend them on? If you've bought everything in the store, which I have, you know, everything that's purchasable with coins, what are you going to do with the coins? There's nothing else to do. So they finally changed Dueling Club to be coin-based rather than ticket-based. Great decision. Now, I'm not sure if just the cost keeps going up as you go. I'm relatively new to the whole Dueling Club thing as they've changed it. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. Mark as read. That's my partner. She's just telling me she's awake, which means I probably need to wrap this up as quickly as I can. But we were getting pretty close to the end. Alrighty. I'll have to let her know that I'm still streaming. But, yeah, so the Dueling Club thing was really frustrating, and originally it was time restricted. It was a mini event, and luckily that's not the case anymore. Which does lead me into a few things. So ultimately, I did want to say, all of the shortcomings that we've discussed, just the unrealistic expectations, the plot and events that break canon, the energy or currency system in the game, lots of disadvantages to it, the pay-to-play or money-grabbing tactics for microtransactions in this game, huge negative, and then the bots that they use instead of actually giving us a community aspect to the game. These are all things that ultimately they sabotage. They sabotage people. You know, Harry Potter fans were disappointed by the game, and they're pretty enraged by some things. I've seen a lot of hate for this game. And it's simply the way the game was designed. It's like, I can't hate too hard, but I can express my frustration, my ongoing frustration, with the various shortcomings of this game. The shine wears off really quickly when a game developer makes you feel like the only reason that they made the game was to reach into your wallet. That's the tea. And there's more. Of course, because I'm me, and I'm sick, and I don't care anymore. But all games might be like that to a certain extent, but, like, the most have a little bit more tact. They have a bit more tact and finesse when it comes to the tactics in order to get people to pay into the game. That, or don't make it a free-to-play game. Make people spend a couple bucks up front and then not have to buy things in the game. So there are different ways that you could have worked it, but they chose to do it this way, and it's alienated a lot of people. But I feel like I made this little analogy in my notes, and I feel a little bad about it, but not bad enough to not say it. Hogwarts Mystery, to me, feels like a young Neville Longbottom attempting to pickpocket. It's not pretty. Because Neville's badass. Like, Neville's totally badass. He grows up in the books and in the movies and everything, and huge shout out to Neville Longbottom. But when he's young and awkward and failing at everything, that poor kid, if he tried to pickpocket Malfoy, can you imagine? It just wouldn't be pretty. And so it's like that. It's like they're fumbling around a little bit. They're being way too obvious. Way too obvious, and it's just not working in their favor. So that's the biggest thing. But rather than squeeze money out of players at every opportunity, I feel like Jam City needs to learn how to make us want to spend our money on the game, not forcing us to. I feel like when players love a game, they'll justify it to themselves. They'll tell themselves, I'm okay paying a few bucks right now. Oop, there's a kitty behind me. Hi, Alana. Do you want to say hi to the live stream? Come here, kitten. Oh. Oh, kitten. Yeah. Want to say hi? This is Alana. And she does not want to be on stream. But, yeah, so I do feel like when people really love a game, they'll justify it to themselves. They will totally take the time, they'll spend the energy, they will buy themselves more if they feel like it. But, you know, I have no problem paying into games that I'm playing regularly. I do the same thing when I'm playing Pokemon Go. That game I have spent so many hours playing. I wish there was a counter for how many hours you had the app open. It's off the charts. I've spent days upon days playing Pokemon Go. And as such, I don't feel bad spending $20 on coins in that game every so often. I've splurged and spent $100 because I knew it would last me for a while. I had no problem doing that with Pokemon Go. Hogwarts Mystery, I refuse to spend money on it now. And I hate that I'm to that point, that I don't like the game enough to spend money on it. But, Jam City, this is what you have wrought. You reap what you sow. You've sown the seeds of discontent. So that's where I'm currently at with the game. Now, that's a lot of bitterness, that's a lot of tea. I understand that. And so I did come up with a couple things to balance this out a little bit, because I'm not a huge meanie. My secondary house is Hufflepuff, okay? My partner's a Hufflepuff too. So there is a little bit of sweetness to this, and I'll cover this as quickly as possible. So a few things that they have done positively in Hogwarts Mystery, because I am down for giving credit where credit is due, okay? So a few improvements that they have made to the game, because this is valid. The game is a lot better now than it was. Number 1, Dueling Club. We just saw that. Dueling Club is a constant now. There are no more tickets, everything's just coins, so you don't have to wait necessarily. I think if you do a certain number of duels or win a certain number, there might be a time block where you have to, like, cool off for a little while. But ultimately it's coins, it's not tickets. That's great. So incrementally you'll win prizes, and I think that's a great improvement. So good job on them changing up Dueling Club to not be a limited time thing. Oh my gosh, my partner. My poor partner, she's just bugging me. Okay, just letting her know that I'm almost done streaming. Alrighty. But yes, so Dueling Club has been vastly improved, and I'm down for giving them credit for that. Secondly, I love the addition of the Magical Creatures Reserve. I love it. Not only does this give us a lot more space to just explore and really enjoy the artwork. I mean, look at some of this stuff. It's gorgeous. I love the various environs they've come up with. When the lake environment opened up for the first time, it was the first time in a long time that I got really excited about this game. And so I'm down for saying this is gorgeous right here. I am still frustrated with how much a lot of the creatures cost, and that it's gatekeeped, that you have to be a certain level of Magizoologist in order to get certain ones. It means you have to go in order, rather than just buy whatever creature you want. But, I mean, these places are beautiful. They're beautiful, and the creatures are really cute, and, like, I love this. I love this little interaction that you get to have with your Niffler after you've spent the time to feed it and bond with it. I think that's adorable. It's really cute and enjoyable for me. So this is something that they've added to the game relatively recently, in the last, 6 months? And I love it. I love it. And now they've also added it so that, not sure if you can see it with my face here, but you can press on a little paw print, and any of the creatures that you've already maxed out, you can now feed them, whereas before when you maxed them out you couldn't. Now if you feed them, you get another chance at winning things like when you complete parts of your classes, you get the little options of prizes. So you get to do that now. So it means that in a way, when you have food, the food converts to other currencies. Too many currencies in this game, for sure, but at least there's sort of a conversion method now for food to become other prizes in the game. Energy, coins, gems sometimes. It can be a lot more enjoyable. So they have improved it, and I'll give them that much. Third, the events have improved. Most people playing now, and I think that this is almost universal, most people playing are not here for the main plot anymore. It's taking so long for things to get released, and it's so slow going chapter by chapter. Most people are playing this for the special events now. That's fine. They have some fun events. The Yule Ball, or the Celestial Ball, great event. I didn't get to play it because I wasn't far enough in the game. I was still in year 3 and it didn't unlock for me. I was really bummed about that. But when you have the special events, and those happen about once a month, that gives you an opportunity to really do something fun in the game. You get some fun dialogue with the characters. I mean, the Weird Sisters stuff was really fun when that happened, because Snape was brutal in his, like, tongue lashing. And so there are fun moments in the game. Over Christmas, the Christmas holiday, you got to do some stuff where you had the opportunity to, be nice to Marilla, and I always appreciate that, because I feel like Marilla is a really fun character, a lot of potential in her character arc. We're not seeing it utilized too much, but there's potential, and so I always appreciate little hints we can get. So I'll give them credit. They have Jam City has definitely upped their game as far as progressing the plot. Not the main plot, but the subplots. The subplots and the special events in the game, they've gotten a lot better. And they've gotten more frequent. So I'll give that to them. And once again, if you're looking for, like, the events, if you miss them because you're not playing, or you're just curious what happened, definitely check out Zealman. Mark Zealman does a great job at Zealman's Wizarding World of putting everything together, compacting it, taking out all the tip-tapping. So it's all of the event with no tapping. It's wonderful. So if you want to catch up, great way to do that is watching his videos. highly recommend. Because there are certain events that I couldn't do, so I got to do that and live vicariously a little bit. So I will give them that. Those are 3 ways that they have improved the game. And I'm cool giving them credit where it's due. But there's still a long ways to go. People are still really frustrated with this game. And I do not blame them one bit. So, I'm sorry I ranted for, like, ever, you guys. There was a lot to cover, and I just wanted to drink my tea and rant a bit. So that's what the stream was mostly about. But we do have a side quest here for Polyjuice Potion, which I thought was apt. And we're gonna impersonate Snape. So, let's see. Hopefully this is not, like, a hugely long task, because I need to finish this up. But we're going to impersonate Snape using Polyjuice Potion, because Marilla took credit for a potion that Penny created, and it was a really good potion. And so we got angry on Penny's behalf, and we agreed to impersonate Snape. There was the option of impersonating Marilla's mother, and I thought that was really low. I'm not doing that to the poor girl. Snape might get a confession out of her, but I would not do her mother. That and let's suspend disbelief. Would she really think that her mother's out of Azkaban? I don't think so. So here we be. Dumbledore and Marilla are both here, and I don't see Snape. Penny must be distracting him, like she said. Alright, can I change into Snape without people seeing me? We'll find out, won't we? Am I seriously gonna do this, like, in front of everyone?
Ah!
Let's see. Hope you're having a good day, Hagrid says. I need your help, I say, but I can't say why. This is so shady. This whole thing is shady. Just stand as still as you can and don't ask any questions. Why could I just not change elsewhere? Why am I hiding behind Hagrid to do this? It wouldn't be the strangest thing. I'm not sure if I'm breaking school rules. Probably? That's funny. I love that face, just the, Best make it quick then. Yep, let's make it quick. Oh man, this is gonna be funny. And can you imagine, like, Snape with my voice? Like, I can't impersonate Snape. Even sick, I'm like, you know, tip it into your pumpkin juice. Like, it doesn't work. I can't impersonate the guy. It's not gonna work. Oh, man. Where'd she go? Have you seen her? Hagrid, you're so obnoxiously daft sometimes. I know who you are, Professor Snape. See, breaking canon once again, Polyjuice Potion does not change your voice. It doesn't change your voice. So, this would be, you know, young female student's voice inside Professor Snape's body, which, not nearly as convincing. I need to make Meryl confess to Dumbledore. If you say so. He's like, this day is strange. I don't know what's going on. And here comes Penny. Oh, man. So happy the Polyjuice Potion worked! Took you a month to brew it, so I hope so. Oh, he poured flobberworm mucus on the floor of the potions classroom, so Snape's stuck. That's terrible. Plenty of time to make Meryl confess. I mean, Professor Snape. Oh, man. I be Snape. This is gonna be fun. Severus, come sit with us. Oh, they were discussing Harry Potter. Are we gonna get some dish? What? You know Severus dislikes discussing the Potter boy. Yes, he does. And, you know, not necessarily for bad reasons. Oh, let's see, what is he saying here? Did I offend you? Ooh, we can tell him to shut his mouth. Oh man, I don't think shutting his mouth is necessarily the best response here. I don't think Snape would care. I don't know. I'm just gonna put I don't care instead of shut your mouth. I don't wanna ruin a good thing. I don't care how Daedalus, Diggle, or any other idiot wizard reacts to the celebrity of Harry Potter. I don't care about anything. I'm Severus Snape. Not quite true, but our character's perception is relatively spot on for a student. Yeah, obviously, he says. Are you alright? Something about you seems different. His voice, one would hope. And me? No, I'm fine. Just my usual grouchy self. He would never use the word grouchy. Snape has a much more thorough vocabulary. I'd like to discuss the potions curriculum with you. Uh-oh. My character doesn't know this stuff. Here we go. Hang out in the Great Hall. Okay, 3-hour event. I might be able to finish this right now, which would be great. Let's see what we've got here. How many options? Just those 2? Okay. Is she looking at me funny? Oh man. Us as, the us version of Snape looks really uncomfortable. Okay, let's keep on going. 3s. Is it true some of your Slytherins have been writing letters to Azkaban? Well, if their parents are there, doesn't that make sense? I don't know that they'd let them deliver those letters, but it makes sense that they would try. Are we up for the challenge of the Weasleys? 5 more. Gosh, Fred and George come next. Or no, wait, it's Percy. Percy and then Fred and George. So funny. Remarkable batch of Ravenclaws. Shout out to my Ravenclaws in chat. Rumors of a muggle girl that could be the finest witch of her age. So they already know about Hermione, huh? I don't know if that's canon either. I'd have to look it up when the Sorting Hat and I believe there's like a book and a quill that decide who is eligible to attend Hogwarts. Rowan Kana is exceptionally bright. Yes, they are. Oh my gosh, it's staying forever. Sorry, guys. And we're back to recycling, so let's get through these, see how much energy I've got. Where are we at? 0. Okay. Let's jump out, let's grab our free energy spots, and get back in there. So, everybody probably already knows these spots, so I'm just going to power through them as quickly as I can. And then we'll pretty much be done. Hopefully. Shouldn't take us too long after this. I really should have started this at the beginning of the stream. I'm not thinking straight. I'm sorry, everybody. Alright, Hogsmeade. We got the kid on the sled in the back. I really wish they would bring the character of Chiari back in, because she was kind of fun. From the werewolf subplot, where she is a kid werewolf. Oops, I skipped one. Back up to the West Tower. Sorry! There we go. Butterfingers. Okay. And pets. Actually, let's go down into the dungeon and just go through our house here. Into the dormitory we go. And we can tippity-tap each of our pets. So that should get me back up to about 15. Yep. Okay, here we go. Back into hanging out in the Great Hall. Let's make some magic! This won't be quite enough. I actually might buy energy. I have the gems in order to do so if necessary. Ah, Miss Tonks. colors with her Metamorph Magus powers, which I think is super cool. I've gotten that question with my hair colors. Am I a Metamorph Magus? Oh, we can watch a video. I'm not gonna do that though. Not on stream. We don't need to do an advertisement here. But I will buy more energy. You think 10 will cover it? Let's do 10. We'll see if it's not quite enough. Maybe 3. And hopefully this is it. Oh, it was so close. Of course that's a 4. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait, and I'll add another 10. Okay. I saved up my gems for this. It's all good. Collect them coins. Alright. How's my chance to make Meryl confess about stealing Penny's potion? Earl Snide, come up to the high table, I say. Everything alright, Severus? I gave praise to Miss Snide for brewing a perfect wit-sharpening potion. We even gave her a special reward for her accomplishment. But Miss Snide did not tell us the truth about her potion, did you, Miss Snide? Oh, you're in trouble! Ooh, do I make her confess or do I expose her lies? I mean, either is not going to be good for her, but I do have the knowledge skill to make her confess. I think it's important for her to tell the truth rather than just saying she lied and that I know it. So let's make her confess. Ooh, that's mean. Devious little maggot? Admit it! Admit it, we say. I can't even imagine. Oh, man. I would not want to be in Marilla's spot right now. Fine, it was Penny's potion. I'm sorry. I hate seeing her downtrodden. It makes me sad. Even when I'm sick, I don't take pleasure in Marilla getting smacked. You see? She confesses. What are you going to do, Professor? Should I scold her or go easy on her? Quite frankly, I'm gonna go easy on her. And I think that's actually something that Snape would do. She is Slytherin. Snape favors Slytherins. And already has, I wouldn't say a soft spot for Marilla, but at the very least, he doesn't hate Marilla. So, go easy on her. She already admitted to being a thief and a liar. Miss Haywood will receive recognition she deserves. I knew you'd show compassion since I'm the real victim here. You really are the worst, Marilla. Oh dear. Dumbledore's on to us. He's on to us. The gig is up! Thank you for setting things right, Severus. Uh-huh. Sure. Miss Haywood's gonna get her recognition. This is good. Yay, Penny. Displayed exceptional skill at potions. She is to be commended. And I will make sure she is adequately rewarded for brewing such an exceptional wit-sharpening potion. If you ever need anything from me, don't hesitate to ask. Believe a reward is in order for you as well. 10 points to Slytherin. He doesn't award points to professors. Dumbledore's totally onto us. I would suggest you exit the Great Hall before that Polyjuice potion wears off, Geminox. Yes, he knows. How'd you know it was me? No, it was who? You're obviously Professor Snape, Potions Master and Slytherin Head of House. Good night.
Helping hours, isn't it?
Oh, yay for XP and a few more gems. That makes up a little bit for the gems we spent for energy. It's all good. Ooh, I leveled up too! That's good timing. That sets my energy up to full. I don't think we really unlock anything other than those couple of gems. There's no new stuff in the shop for me at this level. What level am I now? I am now level 30. Yay! Awesome. I did not expect to hit a new level. That's cool. I wasn't looking, obviously. So that's basically all I really wanted to cover in the game. I wanted to dish some tea, have a little bit of fun, show off the new dueling club because I do much prefer the new dueling club over the old one. But there's still a lot of issues with the game. I don't think anyone's going to dispute that. But it just means I am even more looking forward to Wizards Unite. And I do have a video all about, like, the main reasons I am, but y'all can see the hype. You can see the... I'm super happy about Wizards Unite, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So, I might make, once my voice is back to normal, and I'm not so scratchy and on a terrible live stream with a new app, I will probably film myself making an actual video that'll be a bit more concise about the reasons why people don't like Hogwarts Mystery, and you know, it's a bit of bitterness, a little splash of sweetness. They have made improvements. Hopefully they will continue to do so. I never hope for a game to fail. I don't think that's productive. But I do hope that the game keeps improving, and I do hope that that Jam City listens to all of the criticism. It's not completely meant to be snarky. I am sick and I am feeling snarky, but that's not the only reason I made this stream. It's not the only reason that I had this outline of problems that are in the game, because I want the game to improve. That's ultimately the goal. Improve the game, help formulate it a little bit better so people don't get so annoyed with it, because all of us want to enjoy this game. Everybody wants to enjoy Wizards Unite when it comes out. And there will probably be some stumbling along the way. I do think that Niantic has learned a lot from the various trials and tribulations of Pokemon Go and Ingress. So I think that they've learned a lot and it will be better for it. But that doesn't mean that it's going to be without fault. I'm always realistic on that. That every game's going to have something going on. So I do hope that that Niantic is able to, you know, take the criticisms of anything that's going wrong, especially if they roll out a beta. If they roll out a beta version, we'll probably be NDA'd if that happens. If I end up being part of the beta group, I won't be able to talk about it officially, but I will definitely be happy to give them feedback and make the game better. That's the whole point. Make the game better so that everybody who plays it will enjoy it. That's the goal. And I think that should be the goal for Jam City too. So, on that note, thank you guys for watching my live stream. I apologize for my voice and for the strange audio issues and visual issues with the stream. I apologize, and I'm gonna try a different app and see if I can work it all out for the next stream. So you guys take care, and until next time, Nox.